I'm Grace Schaefer. I'm the Senior Director of Revenue Management at Iron Mountain. So one thing I really love about my role is no day is the same. So as the Senior Director of Revenue Management, I'm constantly ensuring that we're all aligned, all of our stakeholders aligned on the vision that we're moving towards from business line to business line. And then I'm ensuring that tactically my team is aligned on what they're doing next, and all of the other support functions are aligned as well, from legal to compensation to sales support. It's really fantastic that we work strategically across all of the functions. If someone watching my sessions wanted to remember one thing, it would be to ensure you have stakeholder alignment before you build any sort of pricing tool, and to ensure you have the proper requirements before you start building. If you don't know where you're going, so if you don't know your strategy, it's like getting into your car and setting up your GPS. You wouldn't have a destination, so you wouldn't get anywhere. So you have to think about what your destination is before you pick a software, and PriceFX has really helped us execute on our strategy and get to the destination that we intended. So I support a multitude of businesses that have very different strategies. So for some of the businesses that I support, we're really focused on growth and ensuring we're implementing appropriate quoting tools for speed, because sometimes speed is actually a lot more important than price. And on the other side, we're ensuring we understand our pricing and we utilize tools to optimize the revenue with the customer and to ensure we charge pricing fairly. Our number one strategy is actually fairness for the customer. So how do we evaluate tools that enable us to charge our customers fairly and justifiably? We ensure that our tools enable us to provide the strategy that we want to execute on. We ensure that our tools are not a black box of I'm not certain what strategy is being implemented, but we ensure that our tools enable us to adjust when needed and implement the strategies that we want and we believe is fair and justifiable for the customer, so we can optimize our revenue and fairly charge the customer. Fairness is absolutely proving successful in the markets. So for example, if a customer is paying $100 and a very similar customer with very similar characteristics is paying 10 for whatever reason, that is not fair. So we utilize system and tools like PriceFX to optimize our fairness and ensure that we're charging fairly and justifiably for customers. Yeah, so revenue management has worked really hard with all of our support functions to ensure we have clear processes for any price adjustments needed. So we have a process in place with sales support, sales, communications, legal, when we have any price adjustment needed. And so once we decide what that needs to be, we clearly communicate to all of our stakeholders. And we also ensure we have talk tracks and clear communication so the customer understands why, and we're honest and open with the customer about why there have been any pricing changes. So number one is ensuring you have metrics that are meaningful for your stakeholders, and that might mean you have more than one metric. Secondly is make sure you have reporting and each stakeholder understands how your metric that you created for them will enable them to achieve their number one metric. I call it the what keeps them up at night metric. And number three, I would say ensure you have a team that works well together and they're really focused on the overarching goal and not just siloed focusing. So it sounds like an oxymoron, but what you really need is team players who are extremely goal oriented. And that's sort of a recipe for success, is ensuring you have alignment with your leadership on top metrics, ensuring you have a goal-oriented team that also works well together, and ensuring they understand how all those metrics and reporting solve the problems that keep them up at night, and you stay aligned with their overarching business strategy. We're really excited about AI. Right now, we're utilizing AI to improve the ways we work. However, that being said, we're still testing out and piloting and determining how we use it for pricing tools explicitly. My team is utilizing all sorts of AI tools to become more efficient. And it's really amazing because with AI tools, you can now only put in your data, because for AI tools, the outcome is really only as good as the data that's put into the tools. And so we're really enjoying testing and trying some of them out and seeing how we can optimize our productivity. I'm really excited to be at Accelerate. I'm most excited to learn how other people are staffing their team and structuring their team. I'm most excited to hear all about what metrics people are using and reporting. I think it's so fantastic to be able to learn from your peers about what's going really well from them. And if you can learn from mistakes, that's also fantastic as well.